Today I'm going to be making an elderflower cider in the Pinter using apple juice. I've sanitised my Pinter and the dock, and so the first step is to brew some tea. We're going to be needing tea because the apple juice that you get from the supermarkets is made from sweet apples and doesn't have tannins in it, which is to create that sort of dryness that you would get from some ciders. So the easiest way to compensate for that is to make some tea. So I've got 4 litres of apple juice and I'm going to make 1 litre of strong tea. Whilst we're waiting for the tea to brew, I'm going to put in 2 litres of the apple juice into the Pinter. Apple juice in. It's time now to measure some elderflower. Now, I've got dried elderflower and this is a 50-gram packet. It was the smallest I could find, unfortunately, sort of at short notice. You don't need 50 grams, you only need 5 grams for this, 1 gram per litre roughly. So I'm going to measure out 5 grams of this. I've got my 5 grams of elderflower, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to add that straight into the brewing tea. And now I'm going to give that a mix up, so that it's in the brew and the flavours from the elderflower are able to get in there. I'm now going to add 50 grams of sugar. This is just to increase that ABV up a bit more. So this will probably get it to around 5%, maybe 4.8. Oops. 56, that'll do. Just over at 56, oh well, that'll do. What I'm also going to do is I'm just going to add that to the tea because it's hot and it will dissolve. So I'm going to mix this all together. Make sure it is fully mixed and dissolved in there. I've left it to brew for 15 minutes and it's now time to strain it and put it into the Pinter. I'm going to use the T2 that I've got here. The reason being is that it fits perfectly over the top of the Pinter's cap, and it will strain and let all of the tea through and keep the elderflower parts. So let's pour this in and get the first bit done. There we go, first batch all drained in and all the elderflower caught at the bottom there. Let's pour the next bit in, leaving tea stain marks everywhere. Whoops. There we go, so I'm left with all the elderflower and obviously my tea bags as well at that stage. We're now done on that front. Let's add the rest of the apple juice into here to cool down this solution a bit. Apple juice in, tea in, elderflower and all the rest, sugar strained in there. I'm going to be adding some Mangrove Jack's cider yeast, and this packet is meant for 23 litres. I'm only doing 5 litres, so I'm going to be aiming to get about 1/4 of a packet of the yeast in. I'm not going to rehydrate, I'm just going to put these straight into the solution. You can measure the temperature if you want to, and I might actually just do that, take a quick measurement just to see before I put the yeast in. Looking at it here, it is coming in at 24 degrees. Looking at the yeast packet, it says a range of up to 28, so that's perfect for me to pitch into. And as I say, I'm going for roughly 1/4, but I'm just doing this by eye at this stage. Probably should weigh it, but I'm just going to go by eye and put enough yeast in to cover it. There we go. Yeast pitched. It's now time to just do the usual. Put the cap on, put the brewing dock on, and leave it to brew. And I'm going to leave this to ferment maybe for 3 to 5 days, just see how it's coming along with the actual activity on it, and then probably leave it for a week before I taste. Today I'm going to be brewing in the Pinter, and I'm going to be making apple flavour. Today I'm brewing in the Pinter, and I'm going to be making a elderflower. I keep saying apple. I keep meaning to say elderflower. Today I'm going to be making an apple. Today I'm going to be making an elderflower cider in the Pinter using apple juice.